Yes, we are back. Days in effect, to say the least. Season 7 has begun. Locc AT here. Special guest for the day, people. The one and only Marlo. Marlo, what's up, man?
What's up with it? What's up with it?
How you feeling? Introduce yourself out there for all the people that don't know what you got going on. All the moves.
For sure.
The brands.
I'm at the camera. I'm looking at the camera.
Yeah,
this is all new.
Yeah, do whatever, man. We
What's
just
up,
vibing, man. It's organic. We chilling, man.
For sure. Marlo, how y'all doing? I am a drummer turned rapper. What's up with it? But I do both. So I'm good with my hands. So I have some new projects coming. We got 3 things buzzing within the next year and a half. My next project, which is already dropped, chapter 7. It's a nice little smooth joint that's got some depth to it. You know, it's got some tracks, young man.
First solo project from you, and we'll play some tracks exclusively on the podcast.
Got to, man.
Look out for that exclusively on Mixcloud. We'll spotlight exactly what Marlo's got going on here in a second, later on with our spotlight segment.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Today we are touching on the Daze itself, recap, review, just to reintroduce yourself. Again, this is season 7, y'all. We've been doing it for a minute. Just, yeah, man, just keeping the progress moving. Keeping everything rolling.
Yeah, man.
Locc, let's start off how we always do with the quote of the day.
So today's quote of the day is coming from one Taj Sultana, and it comes as follows. You only have one thing in your mind, and that is your mind. Once that's gone, your whole reality becomes distorted. And again, that's from Taj Sultana, man. And I feel like if anything, that quote embodies what the Daze actually is. If you guys are new to the concept, new to the podcast, if you're wondering what the Daze actually is, the Daze is just the idea of your life being impacted from so many different factors that it's hard to sort of take control of them or actually understand where they're coming from. But the main thing we try to talk about here is how to deal with that and adjust to be able to move forward and still make progress and
how
create.
To conquer.
Exactly.
And we always stress that the Daze, whether we shooting the show or not, it's always in effect.
Always, man. It could be the weather. It could be that person that cut you off on the freeway.
Yes.
It could be the fact your alarm, you snoozed a little too many times this morning. It could be all those things, you know what I mean? It could be your boss. It could be all those things, man. It could be conflict. It could be triumphs, you know what I mean? So it's all those things that take effect that change your perception of the world around you.
Yes.
And how you deal with that, you know? And we trying to find a way to get through all those little booby traps that life tried to set for you to throw you off and try to still get to the bag. So that's where we at, man. You know what I'm saying? It really finds a way to sort of, I guess, anyway, just up the difficulty, you know, in your life a little bit. But
yeah, I mean, you know, the one quote they always say, life doesn't get any easier, you just get stronger.
Yeah, man.
So it just keeps getting harder out here. You got to just conquer, level up day by day. And Marlo, that's exactly what you've been doing. Project on the way.
Yes, sir.
You converted to a rapper, said you started just getting nice, spitting like crazy overnight, basically. How exactly did that progression happen? Walk the people through that. Walk us through it again.
Okay. It's crazy. I'll start off by saying I had a conversation with my daughter the other night before I took her home, and with my situation, or you know, our situation with me and her mother, and I told her, like, we don't take L's. You know what I mean? Like, we don't take L's. Everything meant to make you better. You feel me? So when it comes to how we make it through, how you type through these situations, for me, everything was faith-based first. And then I just stayed the course. Like, I understood that it was a bigger mission behind it, and not really caring about what it looks like. You know what I mean? So like, not from the people. If people look at it like, dang, like, you're 27, you're doing this, like, what do you have to show for X, Y, and Z? And then it's like, okay, cool, I know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I know what's going on. I know how you feel. And then when you hear, oh, damn, like, that sound dope. This, like, that's the depth. That's what I went through. So, like, more or less, like, me saying I'm walking you through the journey, like, I'm giving you the journey with the music. You feel me?
I feel that.
So it's like you really get to hear it. Like, you hear, young man, I don't have a son. You know what I mean? So it's a letter to your son or any young man on how you would want to raise him. You feel me? But I don't even have one. You feel me? So it's like coming out of the situation, I grew up. So that's now I get to explain that.
Exactly. And that's your Daze right there. You know what I mean?
So it's just something, it's like, that's how basically I kind of like walk through with it, and, you know, my people around me. So
that's real dope, man. Like, you living that life as a creator, you embodying it. You know what I mean? Moving through these trades and just and conquering them as you move through them, conquering every bit of music, every bit of this lifestyle you're trying to get your hands on.
For sure.
You have, and speaking of that, you have a lot of different aspects of music and
Yes,
different
sir.
levels of creativity. Talk about the
Yes, sir.
brand, you got merch, you know, all this stuff, dude.
Yes, sir.
You have all these things going on. You got the High Hink brand.
Yes, sir. HinkApparel.com.
All those hey, soft flex,
Quick
but
plug.
Quick plug.
you got all these things you're juggling, man. How do you balance that? And if you do balance it all at the same time, it just becomes draining at any moment, you know?
I would say, bro, it's like where I'm at right now too. This is part of the process. Like, it's part of the journey where you're gonna have times where you get like that. I ain't hit that yet. I would be capped out if I said that, because like I'm so past hunger. I'm at the point like this is what I'm doing. You feel me? So I'm running off for 2 hours sleep. I don't care. Like I work third shift. So like the other night, instead of getting off, when I got off, I was gonna go home and get my girls. My grandmother had my daughters while, you know, I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
I hit up my nigga Keisha. What up, Keisha? And I was like, yo, I got a banger for us. I got 2 hours of sleep and went and wrote. You feel me? So it's like when it comes to that and it comes to how we juggle, like I said, my team, Ken Brown, like that's my manager, that's my guy. My brother who was along this process with me. So our business with we have it's called Meditative Pills, it's a CBD business. So we sell like CBD wholesale. So we talk every morning, you know what I mean? Or when I would go at night, we would talk at night for 2-3 hours on the phone. You feel me? And we worked through that. And then like the time where I wrote, where I was punching, then I was like, all right, I learned how to freestyle, like for real. So then I learned how to freestyle and I was like, okay, cool. Now I can freestyle the topics and then punch the bars. So then I began to juggle what I was able to do versus when it was time for me to do work with, you know, Meditative Pills, CBD, if it has anything to do with like me playing drums, my drum set in my basement next to my bed. I get out the bed, I'm right here, you feel me? And I'm going to work. So it's like everything, more or less, I kind of just like lined it, hopefully up, and then like it's just been a part of the process. So like I'm not getting tired.
Gotta make sacrifices for what you're really passionate about.
Yes, sir.
Man. Sweating while you build your shield so you don't bleed on the battlefield, man.
Hell yeah. You gotta build your altar, man.
That's
you do.
Sure.
You gotta build your altar.
God dang. Ready,
Marlo. We're gonna peep some freestyle. You know what we do later on.
Yeah,
we're gonna play some Chapter 7. Out now, streaming everywhere. Go peep that. Chapter 7, Marlo. What are we playing off of it? It's your selection. You talked a little bit about Young Man
up front.
You want the people to hear that?
Well, you know what? We can go ahead. We can play Young Man first. It's one of my favorite pieces. It's about, I never know if I'm gonna have a son or not. I don't know if I'll, you know, remarry or whatever I'll do. But it's just about what you have to give as a man, and the reason why I had to learn maybe why I didn't have a son was because I didn't know what I could give to him.
That's real.
You know. So once I was able to grow in certain areas, I knew what I could give to my son because I understood the narrative.
The power of that.
Yeah, so that's how I wrote Young Man.
Deep.
So,
that's some depth right there.
Go peep that. Stream it everywhere. Chapter 7.
Sir.
Also exclusively on our Mixcloud / the Daze.
Chapter 7, first episode of season 7.
Yes, sir.
It's almost written, right? Stay tuned. Storytime retwist on the way.
Yes, sir.
Good young man.
Cheer.
So, rumble, young man, rumble. Don't you crumble, young man, crumble. And if you fumble, young man, fumble. Just pick that ball up and you just keep.
Yo, it's AT.
It's Locc.
And we are here. Daze is here. Daze is in effect.
And we just want to make sure you guys know where to find all the Daze content, whether it be on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook.
Thanks for watching today's video. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe.
And to stay up to date to all of our content, make sure you follow all the links in the description below.
Daze is in effect. We'll see you next time, people.
Till next time.
Yeah.